We want to welcome everybody back to the Brown Athletic Center here live on SCSN. It's the Reinhardt Eagles and the Montreat Cavaliers. Thank you, folks, for joining us. Lorenzo Robinson with special guest Reinhardt defensive backs coach Keon McGee here on hand for this AAC tilt. Reinhardt coming into this one, the home team with a 5-12 record, currently 4-6 in conference play. Good enough for the 10th seed thus far in the Appalachian. Meanwhile, the Montreat Cavs have had a very successful season up to this point. 11-6 overall, 7-3 in conference play, second in the Appalachian Athletic Conference. Coach McGee, thank you so much for joining me. You were with us for the first game, now here for the second one. I figured we'd make you a regular fixture here on this broadcast.
We can see about that, but, lovely, man. It's a pleasure having me on, man. Just kind of get me out of my comfort zone. Something new, trying to be like you.
The first five for the Reinhardt Eagles: Shaw, Fisher, T. Williams, Derek Brown, and Jackson Souza. T. Williams rising, firing, missing, but Derek Brown there for the cleanup. The lay-in doesn't go. A.J. Shaw, third chance. It's stolen. That's Mike Wade. Mike Wade with it from Montreat. The five for the Cavs: Wade, Bullington, Moore, Stewart, and Aiden Taylor. Aiden Taylor, sixth in the Appalachian in points per game at 15 a night. Also shooting 40% from downtown. Saved by Derek Brown, and A.J. Shaw has it. Nakai Fisher with it. And the Reinhardt Eagles, they're at their best when they're able to push the pace and get out in transition. So you know that Montreat is going to be very focused on keeping them out of those transition opportunities. Souza, the floater, goes down, and the Eagles strike first blood.
Nice to get it over top right there. Great floater to start off the game.
Montreat with a quick answer. Owen Stewart down low. Stewart, another player having a nice year for Montreat, averaging just over 12 points and around 6 rebounds a game. Shaw down low to T. Williams in the post. A lot of contact on that one. No call. Caleb Moore with it. Moore down low. Kicks it back out. Attacking inside is Zeke Bullington. The kick out, Aiden Taylor. The three ball. No good. Ball is loose. Jackson Souza with the steal and the lay-in on the other end.
It's a great hustle play, getting a loose ball and then just going on the other end and finishing.
In the early going, it's Jackson Souza 4, Montreat 2. Mike Wade bringing it across the timeline. Stewart, the handoff to Bullington. Bullington's floater, no good. Rebound for A.J. Shaw. Now the Eagles have numbers, trying to push the pace in transition. Kick out. Souza to Shaw. Eagles reset. Derek Brown tried to post up. Great front by Bullington. Jackson Souza can't get the three to fall. Reinhardt, when possession's bogged down, we'll see Derek Brown and T. Williams try to post up. That was a great job by Bullington to front him, and a three on the other end. Zeke Bullington from downtown. Montreat, one of the better three-point shooting teams in the Appalachian. Second in the conference in threes made and attempted. They have plenty of different players who are very comfortable rising and firing from downtown. Big to big screen down low. Frees up Derek Brown, but a great defensive play from Owen Stewart. Can't save it, but we can already tell that this is going to be a tough matchup for both Brown and Williams down low.
Yeah, both teams fighting for loose balls out here right now.
Fighting for loose balls, fighting for post positioning as well. And again, we see a smaller Montreat defender fighting for position. Caleb Moore with the steal. Hit ahead pass, rejection by T. Williams. He blocked that one twice. A.J. Shaw bringing it up. Hits it to Derek Brown. Handoff for Shaw. Nakai Fisher, corner, three, in and out. Rebound hit ahead to Caleb Moore. Moore inside. eludes two Reinhardt defenders and finishes.
Man, that's a tough finish, finishing through contact like that.
Finishing through contact, hanging in the air, and finding a way to get it to go. 7-4 Cavs ahead early. Jackson Souza, who has all four of Reinhardt's points. He pulls up for a jumper. No good. Souza putting some ball pressure on Zeke Bullington. Montreat, they like to get out, and they're going to get a lot of threes up. Again, tops in threes made and attempted in the conference. They're going to put a lot of pressure on Reinhardt to match them offensively. Stewart with it, going to work against T. Williams, will get a foul on the floor against Williams. Arreo Jones will enter for Reinhardt. 3 subs coming in for Montreat. Lawrence Cole, Amir Elshoush, and Dylan Barnwell. Elshoush is one of the better three-point shooters in the country. Amari Elshoush shoots 52% from downtown on 5 attempts a game. Inside, Elshoush can't get it to go.
Kind of like he got all ball right there.
Correction, that was Lawrence Cole on the move, so he'll go to the line to shoot 2. Now, I've been banging the drum. I banged the drum earlier about NAI implementing instant replay, and they did it in football. I was very happy about that. Now, obviously, there's some kinks to iron out there, but it's implemented. It's in there. It gives the refs a chance to get a second look on plays. I think it's time to have it in basketball as well.
I think that's one of those things that make the NBA and college basketball so great, just kind of seeing those quick, instant kind of plays happen. It's kind of a lot slower. I would say a little bit slower in football, but everything's happened so fast in basketball, and it's always a constant moving motion. So I feel like that would greatly help at the NAI level.
And I think that having replay, it's still relatively new on the NBA level.
Yep.
Probably just about 15 to 20 years in. On the college level as well. So it's working its way, but I think NAI will benefit greatly. To your point, that did look like a lot of ball, but hey, we're not paid to be officials. We're paid to talk about the game. Arreo Jones has it. Montreat in this zone look. Zone defenses have given Reinhardt trouble throughout this year. T. Williams trying to work against that zone. Throws it up, and it goes off the mark. Amari Elshoush with it. Elshoush guarded by Nakai Fisher. Inside, throws one up, no good. But the rebound and putback goes for Dylan Barnwell. Barnwell, the 6'9", 275-pound junior from Weaverville, North Carolina.
You might need him on the offensive line.
Hey, he's a big guy, and we see Reinhardt head football coach James Miller over there. Maybe he's scouting him for maybe his next left tackle.
Looks like he's locked in right now on him, too.
Timeout on the floor. Montreat ahead early. Reinhardt looking to respond. It's 11-4. Set to resume play here at the Brown Athletic Center. The Reinhardt Eagles trailing the Montreat Cavs 11-4. We saw Montreat over the last few possessions switch to that 2-3 zone look. The zone has given Reinhardt trouble on numerous occasions so far this season. not the most consistent outside shooting team. T. Williams is going to rise and fire and hit.
That's a great find right there, getting wide open T. Higgins.
A great find and hitting your best three-point shooter in T. Williams. Now, Reinhardt not the best three-point shooting team, but they do have players very capable of knocking down threes. T. Williams chief among them. Williams was a first-team all-conference selection last season for Reinhardt. Currently third in the AAC in points per game at 17. Also averaging 7 rebounds per. Blake Seitz has entered the game for Reinhardt. He's joined by Shaw, Fisher, Jones, and Williams. Shaw pulls up for 3. No good. Williams, the whole board, and he's going to go to the line to shoot a pair.
And that's what you got to do with a big fella like that. You got to get him in foul trouble. Try to get that big man out the paint.
And the only way you get him in foul trouble is you got to go right through his chest and try to finish through the contact. We spoke about it earlier during the girls' game with Reinhardt and Montreat.
Yep, kind of not falling away, kind of trying to fight through that contact, go up strong. That's how you get those calls like that.
And T. Williams has been such a productive player over the course of his career here at Reinhardt, the grad student from Tuscaloosa, Alabama.
Roll Tide.
Well, I wouldn't say all that, but Reinhardt cuts the lead to 2. It's 11-9. El Shush attacking. Inside, the lane goes. Pardon, that's going to be Lawrence Cole. Lawrence Cole for 2. Lawrence Cole up to 4 points off the bench for Montreat. Zeke Bullington has re-entered for Montreat. Pass to Nakai Fisher. T. Williams at the top of the key. Hands it off to Shaw. Off the pin down, Arrayo Jones now has it. The side has been cleared. Jones, fall away, Jay, no. Rebound goes to Owen Stewart. Bullington with it. Bullington looking. Bullington attacking. Handoff, Cole. El Shush for 3. No good. Skying is Zeke Bullington. Hands it off. Stewart now has it. Second chance for Montreat. Again, number 2 in the Appalachian Athletic Conference in offensive rebounding is the Montreat Cavs. So they're great at rebounding their own misses. Second chance, Lawrence Cole behind the back. 3 seconds left, 2 seconds. Shot is no good. Shaw hitting Jones ahead. The lay-in goes, and the Eagles have now tied this one up at 11 points apiece. Reinhardt at their best in transition. How do you get out in transition? You turn defense into offense. Handoff for Lawrence Cole. Cole to El Shush. El Shush inside. Finishes, but a foul on the floor.
Like you said, kind of what we talked about earlier. Sometimes when you're struggling on offense as a team, sometimes like Reinhardt, defense becomes your best offense in a way. Kind of getting those fast break buckets, kind of just get a rhythm going. Then you can kind of get in your half-court sets and try to find something going from there.
And to your point, the games that Reinhardt has struggled in this year, it's really been when they haven't been able to get consistent stops. Speaking of consistent stops, hard to stop Dylan Barnwell down low. He is a load down there in the post. But the games that they struggled has been when they haven't been able to get stops consistently. So that ball going underneath the scores table. Unsure of where it went. 15-11, Montreat ahead. But conversely, the games where Reinhardt has been at their best is when they've been able to turn their defense in the offense on the other end.
Kind of that age-old story we always talk about in any sport.
T. Williams thought about a 3. Pull up Jay. No good, but he draws the foul. He's going to go to the line to shoot a pair. T. Williams already up to 5 points with a chance to add even more to his total. And sometimes for great players, you just have to get touches. You just got to see the ball go in the basket, and that can be a layup, that can be free throws, but those can go a long way towards getting the ball rolling for your group. First of 2 for Williams goes down. Entering into the game for Reinhardt for the first time, Amir Green Jones. Williams goes 2 for 2 from the line. Cuts the Montreat Cavalier lead to just 2. Reinhardt showing press here. Caleb Moore going to work. Moore, Barnwell. Nice passing by the Cavs. Handoff to Moore. But this ball will be left towards the Reinhardt bench. That was a great defensive possession there for Reinhardt. We saw Coach Richard Morgan out of his seat cheering his team on. He loved it. He wants to see more of it. Amir Green-Jones bringing this one up, being guarded by Zeke Bullington. Bullington, the 5'11 junior from Pearland, Texas, formerly of St. Edward's University. So Dylan Barnwell will now take a seat for Montreat. Barnwell gave Montreat some solid minutes down low, 6'9", 275. We saw him use every bit of his frame on both ends of the floor. Some confusion on substitutions here for Reinhardt. Amir Green-Jones looks like will exit for A.J. Shaw. Still looking for some confirmation from the officials. We're set to play on. Amir Green-Jones is at the scores table. A.J. Shaw has re-entered for Reinhardt. T. Williams with it, and swarming defense for Montreat. Nakai Fisher can't hit it. Reinhardt, they're not a great three-point shooting team. You know, when you have a situation like that, there's going to be the team that's now going out of their way to force you to shoot three-point shots. They have guys that are capable of knocking them down, but it's different when you're being forced to shoot from deep. Makes it a little bit more difficult just mentally.
Sometimes it just kind of get you out your rhythm. You don't want the shots that you want. It's kind of those shots that they're making you take. Sometimes those aren't the shots you want as a shooter.
And the best shooters, they thrive off rhythm. So swing, wide open, you shoot it. When it's a situation where you're passing the ball out of a trap or you're being left open when a team is playing zone defense, a little bit more hesitation. You're like, should I shoot it? Should I? By then, it's already too late.
Yep.
Lawrence Coles goes 2 for 2 at the line. 17-13, Montreat ahead. Amir Green-Jones re-enters for Reinhardt. And we're seeing the refs sort of employ a quick whistle on these ball pickups. We'll see how that changes as the game goes on. 10 minutes and 51 seconds remaining here in the first half. Nakai Fisher to Amir Green-Jones. Eagles will begin their offensive set. Derek Brown trying to find space in the post. A nice front yet again. That's Mike Wade down low. Jackson Souza trying to attack. Now handing off to Nakai Fisher. Offense very stagnant for Reinhardt on this possession. Amir Green-Jones saving the day. 17-15. Stewart guarded by Brown. Wade thought about a three, thinks better of it. Stewart's going to rise, fire, and miss. Amir Green-Jones trying to push the pace. Eagles want to get into a secondary break. Derek Brown knocked away by Mike Wade, but stolen by Amir Green-Jones. Sights for three. No good. Ball is loose. It's Lawrence Cole with it. Cole, Stewart.
So a great on-ball defensive play we've been seeing the last couple of possessions right here.
And we'll have a timeout, but we're going to stick around and talk a little bit about what we've seen here at the now halfway mark in the first half. Reinhardt trailing by 2. Early on, it seems like Montreat defensively has given Reinhardt some trouble. They're not afraid to switch their guards onto the bigs of Reinhardt. Montreat's guards are doing a tremendous job of fronting Reinhardt's big men and making life hard for them in the post.
And they're also kind of picking off entry passes as well, trying to tip the ball, trying to fight for loose balls, all those type of things as well.
Very active start defensively from Montreat. Conversely, on the other side, Reinhardt, they've had some great defensive possessions as well. They've made life hard on Montreat in the early stages. What would you like to see from the Eagles offensively to get going on that end?
This is all about getting the right shots, like we were saying. You see they've been mixing in some zones as well, just kind of finding the right shooters open, just knocking down shots, and then also just kind of putting together those defensive stops into points, fast break points, try to get as many points as possible in the fast break.
9 minutes and 54 seconds remaining here in the first half. It is 17-15. The Montreat Cavaliers currently leading against the Reinhardt Eagles. Again, coming into this one, Montreat, second in the Appalachian Athletic Conference. Meanwhile, the Reinhardt Eagles 10th in the AAC. With the way that brackets are set up, this could be a game that we see in Kingsport, Tennessee during the conference tournament. Of course, a lot of basketball left to be played between now and then. Mike Wade guarded by Jackson Souza. In the corner is Lawrence Cole. Cole riding the tightrope. Aiden Taylor, 5 seconds remaining. Someone's going to have to hoist one up. It's Wade. No good. Ball is loose, and it will go to the Reinhardt Eagles.
And great defensive possession right there. A lot of switches, everything having hands up, a lot of moving feet. That's how you get a stop right there.
And we see Coach Richard Morgan. He's almost on the floor with his players.
He's definitely animated right now.
He's more hyped about those defensive possessions than anything. Coach Richard Morgan said when he came to Reinhardt, he wanted to try to fix the team defensively. He said that this was a team that had a lot of offensive talent, and we've seen Reinhardt really light up the scoreboard in recent seasons, especially those last few seasons under former coach Justin Newton. Coach Morgan said that he was more focused on trying to make this team stout defensively. Now this year, their offense hasn't been as consistent, but there has definitely been defensive improvements made in year one of the Richard Morgan era. Nice pass from T. Williams. Nice finish by Nakai Fisher. We're now all square at 17 apiece here in Waleska. Just under 9 minutes remaining. Mike Wade bringing it across the timeline. Dylan Barnwell, the big man, has re-entered for Montreat. Owen Stewart hands it off to Caleb Moore. Moore, Wade inside. Wade can't get the circus shot to fall. T. Williams looking ahead, hits Amir Green-Jones. Nakai Fisher in the corner. That Montreat defense is back loaded up. Derek Brown working against Barnwell. The shot up and no good. Rebound to Taylor. Wade with it. Montreat has numbers. Mike Wade, count it and one. Mike Wade with the lay-in. It's now 19-17, and Wade will have a chance at a score and one more. Right now, the game is so tight, so we're going to look at turning point plays. I feel like Derek Brown had the foot speed advantage against Dylan Barnwell. He ended up taking the fall-away jumper. He can hit that shot. That's his sweet spot, that mid-range short corner area. But you would love to see him try to take advantage of having a slow-footed defender against him.
And absolutely, in these conference games, those little plays like that matter. Tight games, familiar opponents, you got to take advantage of those little discrepancies right there, especially with a big man like that.
20-17, Reinhardt trailing by 3. Montreat back in a zone look, trying to force Reinhardt into some tough shots. Khalil Cook now in the game for the Eagles. Derek Brown, too many steps. Possession will go back to the Cavs, and Montreat mixing up their defensive looks and giving the Eagles trouble in the early going. 8 minutes and 28 seconds remaining. Cole to Mike Wade. Mike Wade's going to get his team into an offensive set, being guarded by Amir Green-Jones. In the post is Barnwell. A lot of contact there. Eagles with numbers, a 3-on-2. T. Williams can't get it to fall. Lawrence Cole now has it. Cole open, 3 ball, no good. Rebound Cook. Eagles trying to push in transition yet again. Cook slows it back down. T. Williams gets it. One more to Green Jones. Jackson Souza, who's re-entered, has the ball. The side has been cleared. He'll give it back to Green Jones. Again, Reinhardt, not the best three-point shooting team, but they have guys that are capable of making plays with the ball in their hands, sort of settling for jumpers here in the early stages.
And that's kind of the whole point of that zone defense. Make them shoot. Make them shoot you out the zone.
Aiden Taylor, Montreat's leading scorer, has it. Taylor playing at his pace, shoots the fall-away J. It doesn't go, but he'll go to the line to shoot a pair. The way that Aiden Taylor has played, for those who are on our broadcast and they have not been able to watch him play this season, he's a player that is very comfortable on the floor. He has a great feel for the game, and he's always going to play at his own pace. You cannot rush him. You can't speed him up. And so far, that has led to a successful season for Taylor. So Jackson Souza will exit. Now entering into the game, number 2, Tucker Lau. Tucker Lau, the native of Jasper, Georgia, formerly of Pickens High School. Taylor perfect at the line, 2 of 2, 22-17. Reinhardt trailing by 5. Montreat in that press look. Too many steps by Amir and Green Jones. Montreat mixing up their defensive looks. One possession, it's straight man. One possession, it's a matchup zone. One possession, it's a 2-3 zone. That time, the press coming off the made free throw, forcing the turnover. Eagles still trying to find some consistency. Montreat trying to force the issue and extend their advantage. Pick and roll with Barnwell. Taylor loses it. Possession will go to the Reinhardt Eagles. Taylor tried to get downhill. Montreat staying in that press. Tucker Lau with it. They get it back middle. Press is broken. We'll see what Montreat settles in. Will it be the 2-3 zone? Yes, it will. Lau, Williams. Eagles trying to find some rhythm. Shaw inside, no good. Rebound, Khalil Cook, and that's the danger of the 2-3 zone. When you go to that zone, the hardest thing to do in a 2-3 zone is rebound. You're guarding space. You're not guarding a man, so you got to try to find a man to block out when the ball comes off the rim quickly. As we saw on this possession, that gives the team a chance at offensive boards.
But it's a good job of getting the ball inside in that zone right there, creating some type of offense.
Against the 2-3, you want to try to get the ball middle as much as you can.
Get it to one of your best shooters right there, one of your best scorers on the team right there.
One of your best scorers and probably your best mid-range scorer in Derek Brown. 22-19. Inside, Lawrence Cole, $1 million move, 10-cent finish. But Khalil Cook fouls him on the putback. So Cole's going to go to the line to shoot a pair. But Coach McGee, that was a good point. Every time that Reinhardt's able to get the ball to the middle, good things happen. And that's not just in this game, but that's been throughout their time going up against those zone looks. Whenever Reinhardt's able to get T. Williams or Derek Brown to that mid-range area, sort of that mid-post free throw line, elbow area, that's when they get their best offense when teams go to that look. It's just they don't get it there with enough regularity to try to force teams to get out of that zone. Tucker Lau has it, hitting Derek Brown. Brown, Shaw, Montreat back in the zone look. Khalil Cook driving inside, tried to switch hands on the finish but couldn't get it to fall. Barnwell saving his own board. Now it's Reinhardt with some pressure. Montreat has 5 seconds to get it across. T. Williams over the scores table trying to corral that one.
It's a great hustle play, though.
T. Williams putting his body and his well-being on the line for Reinhardt there. Seems to be okay. Eagles still trailing by 5. And we'll get a timeout for Montreat. A lot of action here in the early stages with 5 minutes and 18 seconds remaining in the first half. Reinhardt trailing 24-19. Set to resume play here with 5 minutes and 15 seconds left in the first half. Reinhardt trailing 24-19. So now it's the Eagles returning the favor here in the 1-2-2 zone, trying to junk up the game for Montreat, and a turnover. So Coach Morgan going with a different look on the defensive end himself.
And that's what you got to do. Try to get in the groove defensively. Try to force some turnovers. Try to force some missed shots so we can get an offense going in fast break.
24-19. Eagles get it back into the middle to Derek Brown. Brown knocks it down.
That's how you do it. Get to your best mid-range shooter.
Derek Brown. Brown averaging just over 11 this season. Mike Wade's shot doesn't fall. Another offensive board for Montreat. Ball is loose. Eagles have it. And the Eagles have numbers. Looking to push the pace. Tucker Lau. Jumper. No good. Rebound is loose. Dylan Barnwell secures it. Missed opportunity there for Reinhardt. They had a chance to tie the game up. Instead, Montreat retains the lead.
But at least you're getting good looks. That's where it starts at, getting defensive stops. Now you get fast break buckets, get way better opportunities.
Count it.
That's a great finish.
Count it, and one for Montreat. A chance at a score and one more for Caleb Moore coming up. And we're going to get another timeout, but we'll stick around. The Montreat Cavaliers, it hasn't been the offensive performance that they're probably used to. They're not hitting threes with the same regularity as they've done all season long. Just 1 of 7 from downtown thus far, 7 of 18 overall. But they are attacking Reinhardt. They're getting downhill. Those ball handlers forcing a lot of contact. They already have 9 free throw attempts in this one and a perfect 9 for 9 at the free throw line. Right now, Montreat, they have to try to do a better job of keeping control of possession. Already up to 7 turnovers. Reinhardt, they've converted those into points. 8 points off of those turnovers. That has been what has kept Reinhardt in the game. If you're the Cavs, you probably feel like if we take care of the ball and honor possessions, then we can really run away with this one.
Another thing for Reinhardt defensively, boxing out, getting rebounds. They're giving up too many offensive rebounds from Montreat right now.
Montreat, the second best team in the conference, an offensive rebound coming into this one. We've seen that come to fruition so far today. But Reinhardt, the team that coming into the game you would feel would be on the losing end just on paper, doing a nice job of hanging around and giving themselves a chance trying to defend home court.
I feel like that's in any sport. When you're playing a familiar opponent, playing a conference opponent, it gets a lot tougher.
As it should. You're talking about teams that some of them see each other twice in a season. Some see each other 3 times in a season. So there is some familiarity there. Also with Coach Richard Morgan, who comes to Reinhardt from Bluefield University. Somebody who is very aware of the opponents in the conference and has a level of familiarity there as well. So Montreat back in that 2-3 zone. Khalil Cook, Shaw, Lau thought about a three. Derek Brown with it. Lau, jumper, in and out. Rebound, Shaw. Khalil Cook will rise. Fire, miss. Williams with the rebound. And a putback.
Second chance points.
Second chance points indeed. Reinhardt cuts the lead back to 4. Stewart with an answer from downtown. 3-ball corner pocket. The lead is back up to 7. A.J. Shaw bringing it back up, and we see those guards sagging off of Shaw. Shaw not known as a great three-point shooter. Derek Brown off the mark. Barnwell inside, draws the foul. He'll go to the line to shoot a pair. How often do we see bigs when they get that rock, as soon as it hits their hands, they're going right up? I love the way that Dylan Barnwell has been patient when it comes to finishing down low. He's drawing defenders, up fakes, up and unders, using some savvy and skill down low.
And it's just kind of understanding when you're big like that, they want to try to stop you as fast as possible, as quick as possible, trying to stop you from going up. So that's how you get them off your feet, can draw contact. Now you're at the free throw line.
Newly entered into the game for the Reinhardt Eagles, number 13, Dylan Fullwood, the junior from Savannah, Georgia. Fullwood is joined by Williams, Lau, Green, Jones, and Cook. Tucker Lau on the wing. Fullwood in the post. Williams at the free throw line, trying to go to work. Williams, wide open, Green, Jones, no good. But a rebound for the Eagles. Offensive rebounding has been kind for Reinhardt, now up to 7 today. T. Williams rises, fires, and hits. T. Williams from downtown. Williams up to 12 so far today. 31-26, Eagles trailing by 5.
I feel like regardless if they're struggling from shooting from the three-point line, you got to keep an eye on T. Williams.
T. Williams has been one of the best scorers in the AAC now for the second season in a row. Lawrence Cole, guarded by Khalil Cook. It's now Stewart. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. And that's going to be too many steps. T. Williams, great defense there. 31-26, Reinhardt trailing by 5. But T. Williams is giving his team everything that you could ask for and more on both ends of the floor. Williams with 12 points, but he's been maybe even more impressive on the defensive end, taking on different matchups both in the post and on the perimeter. Green Jones is being trapped. Has to find someone, but cannot do so before taking an extra step. The ball pressure has really given Reinhardt's guards trouble. A minute and 47 seconds remaining here in the first half. Handoff going to Amari El-Shus. El-Shus down low. And it goes. Amari El-Shus with the floater. T. Williams with it. Williams is going to go to work, bringing the ball up. How many 6'7" players do you know that are capable of bringing the ball up for their ball club?
Not many. They are. They're playing every day on national television.
T. Williams trying to go to work. The side has been cleared out. Williams finds room. That was a great move there from T. Williams. He's up to 14, and Coach Morgan calls timeout. T. Williams giving his team a chance right now, looking for some help. 33-28, Montreat. Set to resume play here at the Brown Athletic Center. Coming up on 60 seconds remaining here in the first half. Reinhardt trailing by 5. T. Williams with half of Reinhardt's points. He has 14 of their 28. Eagles with some ball pressure. And just wait 1 second. We have a malfunction here at the Brown Athletic Center. The lights were turned out for a moment. We're going to have some youth basketball here for our halftime entertainment. Seems like the young guys getting a little bit too close to the lights there. 44 and a half seconds left. 10 seconds left on the shot clock for Montreat.
With about 46 seconds left, if you're Coach Morgan right now, what are you going in and tell your team?
Honestly, I'm telling my team to get the ball to number 3. The ball is loose. A.J. Shaw has it. Tucker Lau with it. T. Williams. Back to Shaw. They're going to reset. Looking for Fullwood in the post. Aggressive defense from Montreat. A little bit too aggressive.
I feel like that's kind of been their calling card. All first half just kind of making Reinhardt uncomfortable, giving them different looks, mixing between man and zone, from press to not press, just kind of just making them uneasy, not letting them get in the rhythm at all.
28 seconds remaining here in the first half. Tucker Lau rises, fires, no good. Shot clock has been turned off. That shot may appear to be crazy to some, but Tucker Lau last season was one of the league leaders in three-point percentage. He's gained a reputation as one of the most consistent shooters in the conference. 5 seconds left. Wade hanging in the air, no good. Tip. Williams, 1 second, throws it up, no good, and that will end the first half. T. Williams leading the way thus far for Reinhardt with 14. Eagles trailing by 5, 33-28.
Picture. I'm gonna get there in the center court with them. Everything. Yep. Which is what?
White team coming back.
1, 2, and 3. You got to get a picture of me on the mic too, man.
Oh, I did get one over there.
You did? You got to send it to me.
This one, I need to get the close-up ones. I have to get way back there just to get a shot right here.
Yeah, I don't have no picture of me on the mic.
I'm taking when I start the interview, I'll get it.
Oh, yeah.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Brown Athletic Center here in Waleska, Georgia. Now, I've been joined for the entirety of the girls' game and so far half of the boys' game by defensive backs coach Keon McGee. Now, we have the esteemed honor of being joined by the Reinhardt football head coach James Miller. Coach Miller, how you doing today, sir?
Man, I'm awesome, man.
Awesome. Absolutely. It's great to see you after the season. And, you know, bumps and bruises come for everyone, and seems like you couldn't escape it as well. So
No, I got whacked in practice and tore my labrum. And not labrum, rotator cuff, and had to have surgery. So that was last week, and just on the road to recovery, man.
Absolutely. It's good to see you out and about. So this is the first time that me and you have had a chance to talk since the way the season ended for you guys. Ending sort of not on the greatest note, just in terms of dropping the game, but what would you gauge in terms of the way that your team performed throughout the year?
I thought we really improved as the season went on. I thought we played really well. I mean, we played a team in the playoffs that beat us 41-20 earlier in the year. And, you know, it's never going to be our standard to lose. But I was super proud of the way our kids performed in the game. We lost 24-22, missed a 2-point conversion. But we did some really good stuff in the game, stuff that I was proud of. I thought we played 100 times better than we did the first time we played them. Just came out, executed better. Played through the whistle better. Just in all phases, we did everything a lot better and improved. So that was good to see. Now we got to finish better, and we got to find ways to win those close games. You know, coming up on the short end against teams like them and Lindsey Wilson, that's where we got to find a way to get over the hump. You know, you got to stop having 7-point loss or 2-point loss. We got to find a way to make it a 2-point win in our favor. So that's kind of the focus. Going to be this off season, finding ways to finish in everything that we do. But I'm excited about the team we have coming back. I think we're young, but we're hungry. We lost a lot of good players, but that's why you coach, man. You know, guys like Coach McGee sitting next to me. We got to really go to work and get these kids ready to go and bring in some new kids in this signing class to help us out.
So speaking of young and hungry, we have a young, hungry coach sitting to my right and your left, Coach Keon McGee. Now, I'm not going to tell you what he said about you earlier in the broadcast. I'm not even going to bring that up. But in terms of just having him as a player and now him being a part of your staff, how has that transition been for both of you guys?
I think it's been good. I think obviously he's gone through some growing pains like every young coach does. You know, trying to figure out what your style is and your way. But I think he's a guy that really developed as the season went on. And, you know, he's had the opportunity now to develop his role, and he's going to get a bigger role come next fall. And I'm excited to see him progress as a young coach and continue to progress in this profession. I think he's super bright. I think he has a great rapport with the kids. I think he does a good job of separating being a player and being a coach, because it's tough when you come from playing right to coaching. Those guys still look at you like, oh, that's my buddy, Coach McGee. Keon. Well, it's not Keon anymore. Now it is Coach McGee. And I thought our kids handled it well. I thought he handled it well. And he's got a super bright future in this profession. He's a good recruiter, relentless recruiter, and he wants to learn, eager to learn. He picks Coach Gardner's brain all the time. So I think we got a good one here, and I'm excited what future holds.
After the three-point play from Aiden Taylor, Montreat's lead is now up to 8. Taylor, the kick out, the 3-ball, no good for Montreat. So it's still early in the recruiting process. We have a few weeks left to go. Signing day, obviously, the first Wednesday in February. How has recruiting been so far for you guys thus far? You don't have to get into particulars, but just how has it been on the recruiting trail for you this season?
It's been good, man. I think we've had some really good players on campus. I think we have about somewhere between 15 or 20 guys committed right now. And that's obviously going to go up a lot before signing day. It's such a long process, and kids have very tough decisions. And all we try to do is get the right fit for Reinhardt. Sometimes it's not about getting the best player. It's more about getting the right fit and finding guys that fit who we are, fit our school, fit our university, and just try to make sure they know exactly what they're getting into, and then they come in here and have the opportunity to contribute. We don't promise guys anything except the opportunity to compete, and I think we're off to a great start. So I'm excited about where we are in the process, and that will continue. I think we got 2 weeks left. February 3rd, the first Wednesday in February is the signing day. So, it's a lot of phone calls, a lot of visits, a lot of on-campus stuff, workouts. So we're getting after it every day.
And a shameless plug, on signing day live on SCSN, we're going to have a signing day special, me talking with Coach Miller about the upcoming season and a little bit about that signing day class, so stay tuned for that. So you spoke a little bit about losing some key players. You had All-American guys like Jock Hobart at running back, Zach Lyle at left tackle that you're losing. Give me one guy who may not have played the biggest role for you this past season, but someone that you and your staff are going to count on a lot going into 2026.
I would say offensively, the most excited I am to watch is running back. I feel like we have 3 guys that can really play. Really 4. Harlem's going to be out though with an injury. Isaiah Payton, Amir Williams, who nobody really knows about, and Jaden Ponder, I think, are 3 guys that can all play. All 3 bring something different to the table. Amir's a bigger back. Jaden's very, very fast. And Isaiah is kind of like Ja. I don't want to compare him to Ja, but he's very similar. Can't tackle him in a phone booth. And I'm excited to watch them work and excited to see them compete for that starting job. So that's probably on offense. Defensively, I would say our safety position. I think Jamari Major is a guy that's going to have to really step up and play for us. He'll be coming off his freshman year. I think we're going to start him out at free safety. Super talented, super athletic, very smart. He's going to have to kind of take over in that back end and be the captain and be the guy that communicates with everybody and gets everybody on the same page. So those are probably the 2 guys I'm looking forward to, 2 groups watching the most.
And on Jamari Major, that safety spot has been very kind to Reinhardt over the years. You're talking about Kellen Neal, who was a 5-time All-Conference performer and All-American. Also, Keon McGee, Coach McGee, who was an All-American as well. Braylon Jones, who was on your team, who was an All-Conference performer. So high expectations for that safety group. I'm sure that you and your entire staff are going to have.
Absolutely. Besides, on defense, that's really the quarterback of the defense. He's the one that makes all the calls, all the checks, gets us in the right position. Keon can speak on it. They got to know everything. They got to know where everybody lines up, all the coverages, and make sure we're all on the same page. So it's a super vital position for what we do defensively, and it's a tough position. You got to be able to play that deep third. You got to be able to play man to man. It's tough, man. It's a tough spot. So, but he's a guy that I think is super smart, that I think can really help us there.
So we had some breaking news in the last home game that Coach Burton delivered. He said that there's going to be video boards here in the gym as well as at the football field, and we've already seen a few changes and renovations being done with some of the athletic programs on campus and those facilities. What do you feel like about the direction that the athletic programs are going in here at Reinhardt under the direction of Coach Burton?
I'm excited, man. Stuff like that's always exciting. I think it helps recruiting. I think it it makes us look like a more professional brand. Makes us, it just brings that professionalism to the university, to the athletic department. Coach Burton makes you want to work harder because he's a tireless worker. He gets out there and raises money as good as anybody I've ever seen, and it's for the greater good of the athletic department. It's not just one team; it's all our teams, and all our teams benefit from it. So it's exciting that we have these changes coming. And we got to continue to put great products on the field for them, and really hold up our end of the bargain.
So now I have a pressing question that I was asked by multiple people to ask you the next time that we did one of these conversations, and inquiring minds really want to know. This is very pressing, I feel like, also very important. When is Reinhardt getting light blue jerseys?
Man, not this year, brother. I just ordered Navy, so definitely not getting them this year.
It seems like the light blue is starting to become a hit around campus.
It is. I had to get Navy, though, because our Navies are, believe it or not, that is from the first year I was the head coach. So those things are 10 years old, and they've held up pretty good.
Wow, they're 10 years old?
10 years old.
I think I came in their second or third year.
If you want yours, come and get it, man.
Oh,
I get mine too.
Yeah, there you go.
I might have to get that from you when we go off air.
There you go.
But Coach Miller, just the way that things went for you last season, it seems like the direction of the program is trending upward, I would say. What is one thing that you feel like you want to see your team do better going into 2026?
So I thought really since we played KCU, I thought when you turned on the tape, even when we played Southeastern, I thought you saw some old school Reinhardt physicality. I thought we kind of got that back a little bit. Like just some guys really coming off the football, some guys being super physical on both sides of the line of scrimmage. So that's one thing I want to keep doing, which we've done all the time, but the last 3-4 games of the year last year, I noticed a difference in the way we were playing, and I want to continue to do that. I think we have to do better offensively on not turning the ball over. I thought that really hurt us last year. We turned it over in too many key times in big moments. So we got to do a better job of just ball security, and like turnovers are going to happen no matter how much you work on it and try to do your best to take care of the ball. But it's just the timing of the turnover. We can't drive the ball on Lindsey and throw a pick, so we got to do those things better. And then defensively, I think we got better at block destruction and tackling as the year progressed because we worked on it more. And I want to continue to do that and continue to make that a premium for us, because I thought you really saw it come on the last 5-6 games of the year, and I thought we got better at it. So I think that's got to continue to be our calling card as well. But I liked how we ended the year. I thought we played our best football at the end of the year, and we got to start faster. We got to come out of we got a tough schedule, man. I'm willing to bet we got the toughest schedule in the country. I mean, we got Lindsey Wilson, who's going to be ranked in the top 10. We got Newberry, who is a Division II school that played in the semis, lost to Ferris State, the national champion. We're playing Southeastern again. We're playing Faulkner. We're playing Florida Memorial again on the road, which is a tough trip period. So it's a challenging schedule, but I'm not a guy that's going to, back down from anybody. And, whoever they put out on that schedule, we're going to go toe-to-toe. So we're going to go give it everything we got. So it's our time now. Starting this week, we're going to really start kicking tail and taking names and start getting after it. So I'm excited. Can't wait.
Hey, it seems like these Reinhardt basketball games on SCSN has been the place for breaking news. So, guys, here you heard it here first. Reinhardt's non-conference slate taking on teams like Newberry, Lindsey Wilson, Southeastern. Should be another fun season for the Reinhardt Eagles. Coach Miller, thank you so much for joining me.
Hey, appreciate you guys. Good luck with Coach McGee. Keep them straight on here now.
Yeah, it seems like he might
we
have
got to hit some threes, man. If we hit some threes, we're in this game.
Make the three throws.
Yeah, that's your analysis, right?
Yeah, I mean, I thought we played good in the first half. We just got to hit a couple trays. You know, Tuck's got to get in and hit a couple, man. He had 2 good looks. Come on. But nah, the kids are playing hard, man. Playing hard. T. Williams, a baller.
Absolutely.
All right, guys. Appreciate you guys. Keep it straight.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
Don't tear any more shoulders.
I'll try not to. I can't make any promises.
That was Reinhardt football head coach James Miller joining us here today. Again, come here back to SCSN first Wednesday in February for our signing day special. I'm going to have a chance to talk with Coach Miller about his signing day class and have another more formal preview of the 2026 year. So shifting gears back to the game on hand, 43-34, Montreat currently leading the Reinhardt Eagles, the Montreat Cavs, the number 2 team in the Appalachian Athletic Conference, trying to put the finishing touches on what would be another standout AAC victory. Montreat second in the conference, second to the U-Pike Bears, who are number 12 in the NAIA national poll. So those 2 teams currently going back and forth for AAC supremacy thus far. Meanwhile, the Reinhardt Eagles 10th in the Appalachian, but they have enough talent to really hang with some of those teams. We're seeing it here today. They're in the game against Montreat, a play here, a play there, and this could be a much different ball game. With the 14 minutes and 7 seconds remaining, the Eagles will have that long to try to cut into this 9-point deficit and get themselves back in it. Yeah, Coach McGee, I really didn't want to tell him what you said about him earlier, so I wanted to spare you that situation.
And going back to what he was talking about, I definitely agree with the secondary. Not just the free safety spot. I feel like the whole secondary as a whole, a lot of maturing, a lot of growth, a lot of physicality that we have to carry into next season.
And you know, because you're on the staff and that's your position of focus, losing a lot of talent in that secondary. We're talking about losing all 3 of your all-conference performers from a season ago. You will retain Kish Wright, who was a starting corner for you. You also have some young defensive backs, Jamari Major, someone that Coach Miller brought up. You're also going to have other guys who are returning into the secondary and figure to have larger roles. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun to watch the growth of that group.
Yeah, it's always tough losing some of your best players, but like you said about Kish Wright, like I feel like this year is a big year for him to finally put it all together. Not saying he hasn't, but kind of let's get some accolades to our name, kind of challenging him to be one of those guys that we can be leaning on. And then for Jamari Major, Jamari Benjamin, I challenge them guys. They played a lot early on in their freshman year, but I challenge them to take that step to be more one of those guys I can count on as well, kind of putting it all together. Then they played a lot of football, you know. With a lot of football, you constantly become better. You constantly become one of those guys. So I feel like one of the big things down the stretch is just kind of us being physical. Obviously, Coach Miller was stressing block destruction and things like that, but all starts with a physical mentality, which that's the type of person he is. So I got to come along with it and encourage my group as well.
Hey, it's nothing better in spring than reps. Reps, and more reps. Just continuing to give yourself more chances to get better and progress on a daily basis. And I'm going to make sure that I come out to some of those spring practices, too, to see the progression of the program as well.
And like Coach Miller said, like he's going to challenge not only the team, but also the other coaches as well, especially me being the youngest guy on the staff. He's always challenging me to be the best I can be.
Score and one more for Rayo Jones. The Reinhardt Eagles have cut the lead to just 5. So Reinhardt, they've hung around in this game going up against the number 2 team in the Appalachian Athletic Conference. It was T. Williams who kept them in it in that first half with 14 points in the first frame. Now joined by a little bit more help here in the second half, and we're seeing the Eagles make some real headway into this lead. 43-39, Reinhardt now showing press. That pass a bit errant.
Kind of doing the same things Montreat was doing in the first half, kind of mixing up looks. We'll see how that works out for him.
Coach Morgan not afraid to mix up his defensive looks and really junk the game up for Montreat. Right now, the lead for Montreat is 4. The Eagles a chance to draw even closer here on this possession. The 5 for Reinhardt, Shaw, Jones, Brown, Seitz, and T. Williams. Arrail Jones, pull-up game, weak, rebound. Aiden Taylor pushing ahead. Taylor, corner, tray ball, Owen Stewart from downtown. It seems like every time Reinhardt gets a little bit closer, starts to creep into the game, Montreat has an answer. Montreat's lead back up to 7.
That's just what happens when you're playing a good team. They're always going to find a way to get back in that game, keep stretching the lead.
And Arrail Jones, something that he has done so far in his young career here at Reinhardt, he is aggressive at getting downhill and making plays in the paint. It may not always lead to points, but anytime he gets a paint touch, generally good things happen. Getting 2 feet in the paint, and he has great body control to finish as well. Arrail Jones, the Charlotte, North Carolina native. Entering into the game for Reinhardt, Nakai Fisher. Exiting for the Eagles is A.J. Shaw. So the 5 now for Reinhardt will be Jones, Fisher, Williams, Seitz, and Derek Brown. And this is a very versatile lineup for Reinhardt. You have 4 different guys who can put the ball on the floor and make something happen. Defensively, they can really switch any position as well.
To kind of add on what you're saying about going to the paint, you might not always make a shot, but you know what else can happen? Just kind of making the defense collapse and kind of get these shooters more wide open shots. Even though a struggling 3-point team, you know what always helps with that? Even more wide open shots.
Keep getting good looks. Yep. That's the name of the game. Stewart for 3. He gets fouled. 1 second on the shot clock. Stewart had to hoist it up. Blake Seitz fouling the 3-point shooter, and Stewart will go to the line for a trio of free throw opportunities. We see the common landing space foul. We've seen that happen on a lot of different occasions. That wasn't a landing space foul. That was a hand clap there. That was, you know, we see some pastors call it a hand clap of praise. 47-40. Stewart's free throw goes down. Jackson Souza will enter. Blake Seitz will exit for the Reinhardt Eagles. And we only got a chance to see that lineup for a few moments, but I really do like that lineup with having Seitz, Williams, Brown, and Fisher all on the floor at the same time. 4 guys about 6'4" and above who can really do similar things defensively and can also make life difficult on offense. Expect to see Coach Morgan go back with that group at some point, if not in this game, at some point this season. Arrail Jones trying to get downhill again. He does so, but leaves it short. Montreat trying to push. They have numbers. Taylor, Stewart, rejection by Fisher. Taylor can't get the putback to fall. The ball is loose, and Williams has it.
Great defensive play. Great
defensive play from Nakai Fisher. Reinhardt has possession. Williams is trapped, trying to find somewhere to go. Gets it to Souza. Souza going to work. Williams flashing to the middle. He wants the basketball, being guarded by Aiden Taylor. He was asking for it. We'll see what they do here. Pass around Derek Brown. Williams inside, drawing the foul. You love it when your best and most talented player is being aggressive at flashing to the basketball. That's something that T. Williams really does when he seems to be in a mojo, when he seems to have his game going. He will flash to that mid-post and free throw line area, trying to give his team an outlet and trying to produce on the offensive end. T. Williams so far 16 points. Averages just under 18 per. Now up to 17, 5 of 11 from the field. He has a pair of three-pointers as well. He's also gotten to the free throw line in this one, 5 of 6. Eagles 15 of 44 from the field, but they have 44 shot attempts to just 34 for Montreat. Reinhardt Eagles have forced 11 turnovers from the Cavs. Derek Brown with the steal. Reinhardt now has possession. Arrail Jones inside, drawing the contact, and he'll go back to the free throw line. It was Montreat drawing a lot of contact in the early going. Now here in the second half, it's Reinhardt returning the favor, attacking down low, getting downhill, and getting to the line themselves.
I feel like they're finally settling into their defense, kind of forcing these turnovers, forcing missed shots, and now they're getting up more shot attempts.
Up to 12 turnovers in this game is Montreat. Again, 10 more field goal attempts for the Reinhardt Eagles. Eagles also hanging tough with Montreat on the glass. That was another point of emphasis coming in.
Yep.
Montreat, one of the better rebounding teams in the conference. The Eagles all square with them in that department at 30 rebounds apiece. And that press giving Montreat a little bit of trouble getting it across to Stewart. 20 seconds on the clock, and Montreat just now getting into their offensive set. 11 minutes remaining here in the ball game. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Coles driving, projection by Williams, but a foul on the floor by Jackson Souza. T. Williams sent that one back with authority. But they're going to get the call against Jackson Souza on the way up. And again, we've spoken about Williams at large throughout this game. A lot about what he's done offensively. His defensive production has also been superb in this one, helping from the weak side, switching on to these Montreat guards as well.
You almost get the feel that they kind of feed off his defensive energy, and it makes him want to play harder as well.
And with the offensive load that he carries, sometimes there are moments where he may not have it all the way when it comes to intensity on the defensive end. And to your credit, it does seem like Reinhardt really feeds off of him when it comes to having energy. Whenever he's flying around, they seem to be a different team on that end. Derek Brown drawing contact, and that was very similar to a possession that Brown had against Barnwell earlier in this game. We saw Brown settle for the jumper. I'm sure that Coach Richard Morgan gave him a nod, telling him, hey, anytime you got Barnwell on you, try to attack and use your foot speed.
That's what you got to do. Like we talked about earlier, big guys like that, you just got to try to get them in foul trouble, make them move their feet, make them guard you. Like when you get the ball inside like that, kind of get that big old body out of there.
Maybe you can't go through him, but you might be able to get around him.
Yep.
Brown, first of two, goes down. Derek Brown now up to 9 points, trying to get himself into double figures. He would be the second Reinhardt Eagle to do so here today. And he does. Derek Brown now up to 10, joining T. Williams in double figures for Reinhardt. Khalil Cook has entered. A 2-for-2 substitution for Montreat. Eagles pressing yet again. That press is giving Montreat trouble here in the second half. Stolen by Reinhardt. Williams jamming it home for the Eagles. Reinhardt has cut the Cavalier lead to just 1.
There it is.
The trap. The ball is loose, and a late whistle by the official. Reinhardt is flying around defensively. The official there saying just a little bit too much contact. Montreat has cut the lead to just 1. Cavaliers clinging to that 1-point advantage. You can tell the physicality has been early and often on both sides with just over 10 minutes remaining. Both teams now in the bonus. Bullington at the line knocks down the first of a pair. It's now 50-48. Bullington perfect at the line, 2 of 2. Ten minutes remaining, 51-48. Arrayo Jones looking, but throws it away. And we'll get a timeout on the floor. Montreat and Reinhardt locked in a good one. It's 51-48. Set to resume play here at the Brown Athletic Center here in Waleska, Georgia. Reinhardt has cut the Montreat lead to 3. It's 51-48. The Eagles have gotten themselves back into the ball game in large part due to the standout performance of T. Williams. Williams, 6 of 12 from the field, 20 points and 9 rebounds. Williams, the returning All-AAC first-team member, right now giving Reinhardt a chance. Arrayo Jones with some ball pressure against Caleb Moore. And the Reinhardt defense has really started to come alive here in the second half. Williams guarding Bullington. T. Williams not ceding any space. 10 seconds left. It's loose and rebounded by Derek Brown. The ball pressure has been different for Reinhardt here in the second half. You can tell they're trying to force Montreat's guards into some tough shots. Williams fouled on the catch. Reinhardt in the bonus, so he'll go to the line with a chance at the 1-and-1. Nine minutes and 6 seconds remaining. T. Williams leading the way for the Eagles, a chance to add even more to his total. What makes him such a tough player to defend against, he's sort of a wing masquerading as a big. When you talk about his game, his ability to put the ball on the floor and shoot from the perimeter, but he still has some legitimate size at 6'7", so it makes it hard to find a good matchup for him if you're another team. Williams up to 22 now, timeout by Coach Morgan. So the Eagles cutting the lead to just 1. Coach McGee, what does Reinhardt have to do to find their way to an upset victory here at home?
Defense, pressuring how they have been. I feel like that's been great for them. And obviously, get the ball to 3.
Get the ball to 3.
Let them get to his spots, let them attack, and go from there.
So there was an interview, one of the old coaches of the Chicago Bulls, he was asked, what's your game plan? He said, get the ball to 23 and everyone else get out the way. Obviously, number 23, Michael Jordan. So when you have a great player, sometimes it's just best to let him go to work.
Just let him cook.
But to the credit of a lot of the other players, Arreo Jones has really stepped up here in the second half. He has 8 points. He's doing a phenomenal job. Derek Brown with 10 points as well. So it wouldn't be just Williams. It has to be other players getting involved.
I think with those two, it's more not what you see on the stat sheet as far as the points. Their production has been on the defensive end with Derek Brown rebounding, kind of banging out there with the big guy. And Arreo Jones, just on-ball defense, smothering all around.
Arreo Jones, great defensively in this one. He's earned more minutes here as this game is going on. And, of course, Derek Brown with 7 boards. What a shot! Aiden Taylor from downtown. Montreat's lead balloons back up to 4. Aiden Taylor, one of the top scorers in the AAC with the big-time 3-ball. T. Williams in the post against Taylor. 4 blue jerseys around him. Can't get it to fall. Taylor bringing it back up for Montreat. Taylor came into this one averaging 15 a night. He's up to 8 so far. Lawrence Cole gets it. Handoff to Owen Stewart. Stewart in the corner. Barnwell in the post working against Derek Brown. Cross-court pass to Burrington. Stewart for 3. Knocks it down. Owen Stewart from downtown. Back-to-back possessions resulting in triples for the Montreat Cavs. 57-50. Reinhardt had cut the lead to 1, but a quick 6-0 run has Montreat back ahead by 7. Cook. No good. T. Williams. The putback from Williams. Reinhardt cuts it back to 5. T. Williams up to 24. Aiden Taylor trying to go to work against Nakai Fisher. Taylor's began to find some rhythm here on offense here in the second half. Stolen by Williams. Williams on the run out, draws the contact and finishes. A score and 1 more for T. Williams. T. Williams with the lay-in. He has a chance to cut into this Montreat deficit even more. It has been all number 3 so far today. He's up to 26 points. Williams has nearly half of Reinhardt's points in this one. The score is 57-54. Employee number 3 doing a lion's share of the work for the Reinhardt Eagles so far today. You see Coach Richard Morgan on mop-up duty. We saw some of his players take the job in their last home game. Coach Morgan emerging from the sideline and making his way to do his due diligence. T. Williams makes good on the 3-point play. He's up to 27 so far today. A.J. Shaw entering into the game now. Confusion on who will exit. It's going to be Arreo Jones who will take a seat. Reinhardt back in that press look. 57-55. 7 minutes remaining. The Eagles looking to pull off an AAC upset. Lawrence Cole inside and finishes. Montreat lead back up to 4. A.J. Shaw racing it up the floor for Reinhardt. We'll see if Montreat decides to go back into a zone look. Nakai Fisher on the wing has some space. Can't get the 3 to fall. Loose ball. T. Williams corrals it inside. Williams draws the foul. He's going to go back to the line to shoot a pair.
You almost feel like with the games this close, these little things like fouls and free throws are going to matter down the stretch. Who can foul the least? Who can make their free throws when they come?
And free throws are the equalizer a lot of times in these type of games. Not just getting to the line, but making do on your attempts. So T. Williams has done a nice job of getting to the line, but he's also converting on 90% of his attempts in this game. T. Williams now up to 10 of 11 from the free throw line.
And what both teams should be thinking right now, how can we contest? How can we alter shots without fouling? As both teams are in a bonus right now.
But also Williams doing a nice job of forcing the issue and trying to finish through contact. He's now 11 of 12 from the line. up to 29 points on the day. Stewart had space. He'll attack, loses it, and another turnover for Montreat. Turnovers have been the story for the Cavaliers here today. And T. Williams, he gets trapped, draws 2 defenders. Looking, Souza now has it. A.J. Shaw gets it. T. Williams again flashing to the middle. Derek Brown to Nakai Fisher, who gets the floater to fall. We are all square here in Waleska, Georgia. Ball is loose. Taylor keeps it in his hand. Cole thought about a 3. Instead, Montreat's going to reset. Cole against Fisher. Barnwell posting up. 10 seconds on the clock. Barnwell in the post. Poked away by Williams. 5 seconds remaining on the shot clock. 5 minutes and 34 seconds remaining in the ball game. Montreat currently up against it. The Reinhardt Eagles have all the momentum in the world. Stewart has it. 5 seconds. 4. Barnwell carving out space. Can't get the lay-in to go.
The unsung hero, Derek Brown, being tasked to guard the big man all night.
And how about Derek Brown battling down low? A lot of contact on that one. Possession remains with the Reinhardt Eagles, but to your point, Derek Brown, his numbers will not jump out at you. 10 points and 8 rebounds, but his work defensively and on the glass, it has been superb, running the 5 for most of this game. And T. Williams has it, gives it to Souza. Williams in the post. He's drawing 2 defenders every time, but it does not matter. T. Williams with the midi. He's up to 31 so far today. 61-59. Eagles now out in front. Williams guarding Cole, and they'll trap Cole. Stewart thinking about trying to go to work. Instead, they will reset. Montreat, some uncertainty offensively. Great attack by Wade. Can't get it to go. Montreat wanted a foul call. We're at the point of the game where it seems like the refs are letting both teams play. A.J. Shaw slowly crawling, bringing the ball up. Double screen here. Spain pick and roll. Souza with it. Hit Shaw. Souza on the wing. Derek Brown trying to carve out room in the mid-post. Big to big passing. Some confusion, but Nakai Fisher cleans it up. 63-59. The Reinhardt lead is now 4. Lawrence Cole being guarded by T. Williams. You see T. Williams shaking his head. He's saying, yeah, we're here and we are ready to win this game. Owen Stewart. Hand off to Wade. Wade inside. Foul call against A.J. Shaw. And that's going to be the 4th foul of the game for A.J. Shaw, and a much-deserved breather coming for both of these teams. We are in the championship minutes, folks. 3 minutes and 49 seconds remaining. Reinhardt now out in front, 63-59. Almost ready to resume play here at the Brown Athletic Center. Reinhardt ahead, 63-59. T. Williams has led the way for the Reinhardt Eagles and then some. 31 points, 12 rebounds, 9 of 16 from the field, 11 of 12 from the free throw line. The Montreat Cavs have not had an answer for number 3 thus far. They're trying to cut into Reinhardt's newfound advantage. Mike Wade, first of 2, in and out. And to your point, Coach McGee, free throws really turning into a story of the game. Montreat, 7 more free throw attempts, but just 2 more free throw makes than the Reinhardt Eagles. So Montreat going back to that press. We haven't seen them press much here in the second half. Eagles able to break it. A trap stolen by Stewart. The press doing its job. Derek Brown with it.
Turnovers.
Another turnover from Montreat. 63-60. Eagles ahead by 3. They get into their offensive set. Inside, A.J. Shaw for the deuce.
It's a way to bump through the contact and finish strong at the rim.
A.J. Shaw is going to pick up the ball, guarding Lawrence Cole. Lawrence Cole has had a great game thus far for Montreat. Up to 14 points after the scoop layup. 65-62. Reinhardt out in front. A.J. Shaw working against Caleb Moore. Aureo Jones. Every possession mattering here. Inside 3 minutes remaining. Derek Brown posting up. Brown trapped. 3 blue jerseys around him. Montreat, as this second half has gone on, they're getting back to that swarming style of defense that helped them sprint out to an early lead. They went away from it in the second half, now getting back to it. Shaw, no good. T. Williams got a quick breather. Now he has re-entered. So Williams will enter. Shaw will exit. The 5 for Reinhardt. Jones, Souza, Fisher, Williams, and Derek Brown. Eagles staying with that press. The press is giving Montreat fits in this second half. Wade inside, drawing the contact, and he will go to the line to shoot a pair. Mike Wade, as this game has drawn closer, we're seeing him really force the issue, getting all the way into the paint and attacking these Reinhardt big men. Derek Brown now up to 4 fouls. There's a foul situation for Montreat. Mike Wade right now playing with 4. Derek Brown with 4. Jackson Souza also with 4.
This is where these free throws come in right here.
A 1 of 2 trip to the line for Mike Wade. Mike Wade has had 4 free throw attempts in Montreat's last 3 possessions. 2 of 4 from the line in those attempts. Great defense there from Cole to force Souza into an over and back. But Mike Wade, 2 of 4 from the free throw line on those last 3 possessions. Right now, Montreat trailing by 2 points. And that's just a microcosm of your earlier point, how important these free throws become down the stretch of games. 65-63, 2 minutes and 14 seconds remaining. We didn't think we were going to get a classic, but that's what this game has turned into here live on SCSN. Reinhardt Eagles trying to pull off the upset.
But you know, like we talked about all day, like conference opponent, no matter what, whether it's from the first to the last team in the conference, you're always going to play hard against familiar opponents every time. You're always going to give them your best shot.
And Reinhardt right now giving Montreat everything they could handle here at the Brown Athletic Center. It's hard to beat conference opponents. Also hard to win on the road. You feel like that crowd is really giving Reinhardt a boost in this one?
Yep.
Inbounding is Caleb Moore looking for Mike Wade. Aureo Jones making the inbound difficult. Wade will get it. Rail Jones with some ball pressure. Wade's been getting downhill on his last few possessions. Pass to Stewart is tipped away. They're going to say off the hand of Rail Jones. He says he didn't touch it. Nonetheless, possession will remain with the Cavaliers. 123 seconds remaining in this one. Cole with it, guarded by Souza. Spin move, inside, step through. No. Derek Brown falling to the floor with it and drawing the foul. Derek Brown crashing the glass once more for Reinhardt.
One of the unsung heroes, like I said, Aurel and Derek Brown.
And your unsung heroes right there came up big for Reinhardt on the defensive end. Rail Jones with the ball pressure, Derek Brown with the challenge, and finishing the possession with the rebound. And now Brown's going to have a chance at the free throw line. Brown, 10 points so far to go with 10 rebounds, a double-double. First of two goes down for Derek Brown. Brown, the 6'7" senior from Monroe, Georgia. Trying to extend Reinhardt's lead once more. Lawrence Cole fell in the lane as Brown was shooting his last one. No call for a lane violation. Minute and 53 seconds remaining. They're going to say that Cole just tripped over his own 2 feet. 4-point advantage for Reinhardt. Taylor, Stewart. Aiden Taylor's been quiet as this second half has continued. You would expect to see him get a touch here and try to get something going. Lawrence Cole and Mike Wade. Wade inside for the layup. It's been Lawrence Cole and Mike Wade leading the way here as this game has drawn on. Montreat right now trailing by 2. 91 seconds remaining in the ball game, and we're going to stick around and do a bit of a game reset. Montreat in the first half had the advantage 33-28. Thus far here in the second half, 39-32 advantage Reinhardt. Montreat 19 of 42 from the field. They're shooting a better field goal percentage than Reinhardt, 45 to just Reinhardt's 40. But Reinhardt, where they have made their bread and butter, has been more shot attempts. They have 13 more shot attempts than Montreat. A lot of that due to the 15 turnovers coming for the Cavaliers. Many of those turnovers being live ball turnovers. Live ball meaning during the play. So not a lot of steps on the out of bounds line, not a lot of over and backs, but a lot of turnovers that have led to points for Reinhardt. The Eagles have converted 17 points off of Montreat's turnovers in this game. Montreat back into a press. Eagles trying to break it. Souza flashing. Williams with it, wisely slowing it back down. Eagles will reset. Getting close to a minute left. Fisher to Brown. Williams flashing in the post. T. Williams, what a move. He's up to 33 in this one. 1 minute remaining. Lawrence Cole working against Souza. Cole trapped. Wade for 3. And the bank is open today. Usually the bank's open on Saturdays. Well, closed on Saturdays. It seems to be open for Mike Wade. 1 point game. Fisher with it. Eagles will reset and slow it down. Reinhardt ahead by 1. Rail Jones working against Cole. Rejection by Taylor. Caleb Moore with the rebound. And a foul. No, it's not going to be a foul. They're going to say out of bounds, possession going to Montreat. Now, this situation very similar to the situation that Reinhardt had in their last home game against the Columbia Koalas. In that game, Reinhardt, they were ahead by a point with under a minute to go. Columbia had a game-winning dunk to come away with the victory. So Reinhardt trying to hold on. 4-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Wade driving, rejection by Derek Brown. Shot clock has been turned off. Derek Brown doing work down low defensively once more. Derek Brown turning back Mike Wade at the rim, and it's going to be A.J. Shaw at the free throw line. Deja vu once more. A.J. Shaw's missed free throw led to the run out for Columbia 2 weeks ago. First of 2 for Shaw, can't get it to fall. Some may call that an announcer's jinx. 69-68, Reinhardt ahead by a point. Shaw's second one goes down. 70-68, Reinhardt ahead by 2. Cole gets it, and he gets fouled by Jackson Souza. Foul by Souza. Lawrence Cole will go to the line to shoot a pair. Cole is 8 of 10 from the free throw line so far in this game. Lawrence Cole, 8 of 10 so far today. For the season, a 68% free throw shooter. So a big opportunity for the 6'3" sophomore out of Roanoke, Virginia. Reinhardt trying to hold on and clinch a big-time AAC upset. Montreat trying to stay in the mix amongst the tops of the top in the AAC. $70-69. Another one for Lawrence Cole coming up. It's up. No good. The ball is loose. A lot of contact. Stewart hit the deck hard. Possession will go to the Montreat Cavs. 11 seconds left, and Dylan Barnwell, the 6'9", 275-pound big, will re-enter for Montreat. And if I'm the coach of the Cavs, you're thinking we just need to throw it up to 50 and give them a chance, right? Aiden Taylor inbounding for Montreat. And we'll get a timeout here. 11 seconds remaining. 70-69. The Reinhardt Eagles ahead by a point. And this is as deja vu gets, because it was 2 weeks ago, Reinhardt against Columbia, ahead by 1 point with around 10 seconds left. It was a late dunk from Owen O'Bannon for Columbia that put the Koalas up for good. So if you're the Reinhardt Eagles, you can't let history repeat itself.
Can't. But if you're Montreat, you got to think, if you don't win this game, what does it come down to? Free throws. Missed free throw right there. Instead of tying the game up, you're down 1 right now.
Missed free throws, the story of the game for the Cavs, and they missed 10 free throws, 23 of 33 from the line. They've gotten to the line 8 more times than Reinhardt. They've only been able to convert on 1 additional free throw. Also a team in Montreat that is coming into this game second in the conference in three-pointers both made and attempted. 6 of 17 from the three-point line, 35%. Not a terrible three-point percentage, but credit to Reinhardt by running them off the line and not allowing them to get up their normal amount of three-point attempts in this one.
Absolutely.
T. Williams has been the story for the Eagles from an individual standpoint. 33 points and 12 rebounds in this one. 11 seconds left. Cole inbounding. Barnwell away from the rim. Aiden Taylor guarded by Nakai Fisher. Taylor, the ball is loose. Nakai Fisher has it. And we're going to get an out-of-bounds call. The ball will remain with the Montreat Cavs. Great defense from Fisher. 4 seconds remaining. And entering into the game for Montreat, no. Coach changed his mind. 4.1 seconds left, 70-69. Eagles clinging to a 1-point lead. Wade, Taylor throws it up. No good, and the Eagles will win it. The Reinhardt Eagles have pulled off the big-time AAC upset. 70-69 will be your final here in Waleska, Georgia. T. Williams a bit shaken up after that one, but T. Williams was the story for Reinhardt in this one. Williams, 33 points and 12 rebounds, leading Reinhardt to an upset of the second-ranked team in the AAC. And at one point, it looked like Montreat was going to run away with it. This turned into an instant classic here at the Brown Athletic Center, and the Reinhardt Eagles pick up their 6th win of the year. From Lorenzo Robinson, also special guest Keon McGee, thank you for joining us here live on SESN. Thank you all, and we will see you all next time.